Oh, what's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to Impact Wrestling Review, the show from August 23rd, 2019. And your commentators were Don Callis and Josh Matthews, and they were still, actually not still, they were in, I'm trying to remember where they were at. Sorry, folks. Okay, they were in California because this edition of Impact Wrestling, it was called, basically Impact Wrestling presents Cali Combat. So this was a special episode of Impact Wrestling, where it takes to be in California. Now I don't remember what city they were in California, but in a way I kind of already forgotten, that, and I wish it would say here too, but it doesn't say it there, unfortunately. But they were in California for Impact Wrestling presenting Impact Cali Combat. Excuse me. As far as this special episode, in a way, I thought it was kind of a letdown in a way, folks, because it didn't feel like it was a special event. I mean, there were a small venue, and I mean like a real small venue, from since to the the ring being close to the entranceway. But other than that, yeah, nothing else to say about that. Other than that, it was just it just felt like it didn't feel like it was a special episode. Excuse me, folks. Do this in here. All right, that's better. Yeah, I forgot to plug in my headset in there. But yeah. So yeah, the point is, it didn't feel like a special show. But that being said, let's get right into it though. So we get the opening match of Unbreakable Michael Elgin versus War Machine Rhino, and this crowd was were pro Rhino fans. They kept chanting Rhino, kept chanting Gore. They also kept chanting War Machine because Rhino's nickname in Impact Wrestling, TNA, which I want to say. But in this case, it's Impact Wrestling. He's War Machine. So they have this match, and this ends up being a decent match. Unfortunately, it ended by a double countout because these guys were beating each other up on the outside, and then they got back into the ring, basically after they got counted out, and they continue on fighting until we got securities, officials, and then we see D'Lo Brown in the ring, basically doing a pull apart. These two guys can't contain themselves, and that was it for that. Also, we go backstage. Michael Elgin cuts a promo about Rhino, that this whole feud ain't over until he says it's over in a way, and Rhino comes in and basically they start continuing fighting, which I thought it's supposed to be a serious angle here where it's chaos, that, right? But after seeing this, it was funny. I couldn't help myself about the crack up when I saw this, and again we got officials, securities, D'Lo Brown, breaking up the fights and all that. But this match is going to continue on. I mean this feud, I meant to say, which in a way the match it's going to continue on the next Impact Wrestling show, which they're going to be in Mexico City, Mexico, and that match is going to be I think they said Falls Count Anywhere. I could be wrong, but if it says it later on, when I go through the notes here, I'll let you know. But yeah, but I digress though. But it was either no holds bar or something about no countouts or no holds bar. I don't know. I gotta find out. I'll find out later on. I'll find out later on. I meant to say. The North, Ethan Page and Josh Alexander versus Reno Scum, Lexter Legend and Adam Dorstro for the Impact World Tag Team Championship. Match itself, it was solid. Nothing else to say about this match. Josh Alexander was a little botchy in this match. but in the end, it was the North retaining. Basically, it was soft at first, but then also it started picking up a little bit, but it still wasn't enough. But Real Scum, they were pretty damn good in the in this match, but unfortunately they came up short because they didn't become tag team champions. So yeah, still the Impact World Tag Team Champions, the North. We see Alicia, excuse me, Alicia. I'm going to say Alicia Edwards. He sees Ace Austin backstage. He's wrapped up with with bandage, and he's got a crutch. Basically saying that he got seriously beaten up by Eddie Edwards. She asks him if he's okay. He says, that Eddie Edwards really hurt him last week. He also mentioned that he was not supposed to be there and all that because of his own condition, but he's like he wants to show up anyways because he wants to also support Alicia Edwards because he cares about Alicia Edwards and everything. So basically, Alicia didn't have had to take any of Eddie Edwards' wrath from last week, and as she walks off and says thanks and all that, but she's got to get ready for her match against Havoc. And then all of a sudden, as she's leaving, Ace Austin decides to throw away the crutch and walks on like, yeah, nice. That's very nice there. But whatever. We go backstage and we see Jordynne Grace in the locker room. Masquerade walks up to her and warns her about Rosemary, how she is scary and blah blah blah, and yeah, and then Jordynne Grace says to Masquerade that she doesn't need your advice, whatever, and blah blah blah, and she's basically said that she didn't need Rosemary's help, and when she sees her, she's gonna let her know about that too, and that was it. Nothing happened after that, and there was no Kiera Hogan either, so it was a fail. We get Havoc versus Alicia Edwards. Alicia Edwards had a couple spots when the match started, but also the rest of the match was all Havoc. Havoc was basically destroying Alicia Edwards in this match. And then Alicia Edwards got some, she mounted some comeback just for a little bit until Jessica Havoc basically destroy her again, and then beats her with the Tombstone Power Driver and gets the win. All of a sudden, we get Ace Austin coming out. He's limping and everything. He's got his crutch and everything. He's checking on Alicia Edwards. Eddie Edwards shows up. And then at this point, Ace Austin was running away. So yeah, it's a miracle. He's fine. He can move very well now. So and while this is all going on, Jessica Havoc is doing in the ring. So also Havoc and Eddie Edwards confront each other. Also Ace Austin is checking up on Alicia Edwards and taunting Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards tries to go after Ace Austin, but then Havoc gives him a choke slam for his troubles. And then Ace Austin takes away Alicia Edwards. I guess he's getting this close to sleep with Alicia Edwards. Ace Austin. And as far as this feud, folks, this whole storyline, it's becoming entertaining in a way. Because of Ace Austin. Alicia Edwards is a terrible actor. Eddie Edwards, he's just crazy. He's crazy. But Ace Austin basically is carrying this storyline. Hopefully he gets a reward later on. Where pertains to him getting a title shot for the X Division Championship. Will that happen? I don't know. But I digress. One moment, folks. There we go. All of a sudden, we see Su Yung with her new face paint on, basically giving us some message, and basically she's speaking in Korean because she's Korean, and that was it. Now, I don't care about this anyways, folks, because the last time they showed this new look of Su Yung on before, which was about what, 3 weeks ago, they went back to her old look of representing her face paint. So, and I don't care. OVE are outside, cutting a promo. They talk about what happened last week, where it pertains to Tommy Dreamer and Tessa Blanchard getting the best of Dave Crist and Sami Callihan, and then Sami Callihan is going to take care of Tommy Dreamer in the main event tonight which it already happened since this past Friday. But I'm just saying. But we'll get to that later too. But yeah, and there you go. And by the way, this is where on this show the new look of Jay Christ. And speaking of Jay Christ, of his new look, I gotta bring up this one thing when we get to Rich Swann versus Jay Christ for the X Division Championship. But once we get to that, I'll let you know about that. Moose is in LA. He answered the interview's question about his beef with Ken Shamrock on Twitter, because there's something between Moose and Ken Shamrock, because Ken Shamrock, basically off what I heard, Ken Shamrock's opened up a new MMA training class or whatever, or something. And Moose basically took shots at Ken Shamrock on Twitter and all that, and they started going, having this Twitter war and all that. So Moose basically defends himself by saying that he is Mr. Impact Wrestling, and that first Impact World Champ, and that the first Impact World Champion has nothing on him. Basically, because Ken Shamrock is a former, at the time, NWA World Champion during that time. NWA TNA at the time. So, but he says that he's be careful what you wish for, Ken Shamrock, because basically it's gonna be a feud between Moose and Ken Shamrock. It's gonna happen during the tapings for where Impact Wrestling is in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, meant to say. Excuse me, not Las Vegas. I mean not Los Angeles. I meant to say Las Vegas, Nevada. They're gonna be in Las Vegas, Nevada for their Impact tapings, where it's gonna be an upcoming feud between Moose and Ken Shamrock. So there you go. All right, Jay Christ, who is the Golden Draw, will defend his X Division Championship against Rich Swann. This is Rich Swann's rematch to get another opportunity to win back his X Division Championship. So, during the match, well, I won't say during the match, but it was before the match started, where Jay Christ is making his entrance, and he's got a new look with his new haircut, new hairstyle. Basically, Josh Matthews said his hair color is platinum, something like that. I can't remember how he said it though, but I'm saying himself, just say it's blonde. It's not that hard to say blonde. But anyways, and he's got a new vest. He's basically looking like he is a Golden Draw, and in the back of his vest is a logo of his initials, JC, which is Jay Christ, and the way the logo looks too, it's the same logo. It's basically it's an influence logo to the late great artist formerly known as Prince. So yeah, because if you remember Prince's symbol, sign, whatever, his logo, his trademark sign logo. Basically, wait, you know what? Instead of maybe to show you, you can know what I mean. Just give me one moment. Just need to go to Wikipedia, or instead of going to Wikipedia, I could just Google it. There we go. Prince symbol. Go to images. And for those who are Prince fans, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. But for those who are, that don't know much about Prince, and you don't know about his logo, basically his symbol, I'll show you though. Okay, here we go. Oops, wrong one. Okay, here we go. Let me get this out of the way. Basically, it's like this is Prince's symbol, his trademark symbol. And Jay Christ basically is kind of like that too. except with his initials, JC. So I thought it was pretty cool. So yeah, he's really showcasing how much of the golden draw he can be. Now, what pertains to Jay Chris's new look, also we got Josh Matthews ruining it for me right now. Not because of him saying about the color of hair dyed. I think he said platinum. I don't what, it's whatever. But he says he's got that look. And Josh Matthews talking about Jay Chris here. Josh Matthews said that Jay Chris has got the look of Justin Bieber. Are you fucking kidding me? The last thing I want to think about Jay Chris with his new look is him being compared to a piece of garbage, the piece of trash in Justin Bieber. That's disrespecting Jay Chris there in a way. It's an insult to Jay Chris to compare him to saying that he look like he's got the same look of Justin Bieber because of his hairstyle. And Don Callis agreed with them. So that fucking irritated fucking shit out of me. Josh Matthews, Justin Bieber, yeah, Josh Matthews. Just because you're a Justin Bieber fan does not mean you gotta say that Jay Chris is compared to him because he changed his hair color. You want that Justin Bieber hair color so bad? Why don't you dye your hair into that color? And compare yourself to being Justin Bieber. Because you're in the same element with Justin Bieber, Josh Matthews. You're both garbage. So anyways. As far as the match was, good match. In the end, it was Jay Chris winning the match. Obviously. But he cheated though. First he had the referee in the way. Because Jay Chris was going to be fed into the lethal injection, which I call it the Jay Lethal special. Because Rich Swann is basically undoing Jay Lethal's moves. And then Jay Chris goes for a roll up and pulls his tights and retains his title. Basically, he took a shortcut, an easy way out to retain his title. So I guess that's it for Rich Swann. Again, a title shot. Unless he start winning matches again or whatever. Unless they have him moving forward to something else, even better. I don't know, but we'll see. I don't know what they're going to do with Rich Swann now, at this point now. But I digress. We see a video package showing Tennille Dashwood, formerly known as Emma from the WWE. And now she's come to Impact Wrestling. And she's also, Tennille Dashwood, who's part of Ring of Honor. And now she's going to be in Impact Wrestling. And it's all about Tennille Dashwood. Or, basically in a way. It's all about Tennille Dashwood. Before, it was all about Allie in Impact Wrestling. But now with Allie being gone from Impact Wrestling, and now with Tennille Dashwood coming into Impact Wrestling, it's all about Tennille Dashwood. So yeah, I can't wait to see Tennille Dashwood. And by the way, she's going to be, she was doing all the TV tapings from Mexico. So we'll be seeing her pretty soon. There you go. And basically, she calls out, in this promo, she calls out the Knockouts champion, Taya Valkyrie. Just want to point that out. We get to the Destiny Hit. The Destiny Hit squad being at the Diener's compound, and the Destiny Hit squad are first they were in their in their outfits, and then also the Diener shows up. And the Diener's like, oh no, you guys gotta get out of that outfit. We got a better outfit for you to wear, because they've been going to work and all that, right? And Rohit Raju is enjoying wearing the overalls, the cowboy hat, and having the what's that called? These countrymen's have in their mouths and all that, where just chewing on the haze and like that, maybe, I don't know, but basically, Rohit Raju is enjoying wearing that outfit. While, Raji and Gama Singh are not enjoying wearing the overalls. So, but we haven't seen them working yet. So I'm assuming that it's going to more than seconds. It's going to continue next week. But yeah, after seeing this one though, I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed it. Wish I would have done more with this, but I digress. So so Josh Matthews announced that Ken Shamrock has responded back to Moose, and yeah, it's gonna happen on September 5th and September 6th during the taping of Impact Wrestling. They're gonna be in Las Vegas, Nevada, where around that day, basically around that month, Ken Shamrock will make his return to Impact Wrestling. Alright, this week's Impact Plus moment of the week was Ken Shamrock winning the NWA championship during one of TNA's first ever pay-per-view. I don't remember which was, and to be honest with you folks, I didn't care for it. I skipped it. But back then though, during that time, crowds were white freaking hot. I mean, they were white freaking hot. They were so loud, that. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but I probably will see that later on. But this is that was part of Impact, Impact Plus moment of the week. So Ken Shamrock winning the NWA World Championship during that time, what was called NWA TNA. So good. We get to Ty Valkyrie. She announced, basically, she had a special announcement to make, and that special announcement was she's going to file for divorce to Johnny B. Trash. No, I'm just kidding. Her announcement was that it's going to be known as becoming the longest reigning Knockouts champion by next week, and basically she wants to be, the longest reigning champion by holding to the title for 229 days. I'm sorry. Yeah, she said this week she's held it for 229 days, but as of right now, it's 231 days. But yeah, she said next week she's gonna make an impact for next week when they go to Mexico City, Mexico, because she is Escuela Loca, even though that she was born in Canada because she's Canadian, but at the same time she did went to Mexico City, Mexico, to learn and to be trained in lucha style. In a way, she also learned to speak Spanish. So yeah. There you go. And she's gonna, she will be she says that she will have a big surprise for the fans, because I think she said something about, facing someone for the Knockouts Championship, which is gonna be a surprise, whatever. But we'll get to that. About it, and Johnny Bravo was there too, by the way, to be there all on her side. And also, Ty Valkyrie's pet dog too. I forgot the pet dog's name, but whatever. just saying. Willie Mack versus Trey of the Rascals. Before the match, they showed Trey leaving the room where it was smoking. Obviously, he was smoking the joint. And then we get to this match. Willie Mack versus Trey. It was decent. It was a pretty decent match. In the end, it was Willie Mack getting the win after catching Trey with a stunner in midair. So yeah, there you go. Willie Mack wins the match, and where they go from there, I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna go with Willie Mack from there, and I don't know where they're gonna go with Trey from there. But it was just a match that was just thrown in there, just for the heck of it. We go backstage and we see Melissa Santos interviewing Tommy Dreamer, and he basically was being interviewed about Sami Callihan's main event that he's gonna be having, which is by the way, no disqualification. And keep that in mind, folks. The match is no disqualifications, which means no rules. I'll get to that later. So Tommy Dreamer says that he, basically says that Sami Callihan is a bad person and thinks that he's better than Tessa Blanchard, and basically saying, well, I got news for you, you're not. And basically, because Sami Callihan kept saying he's better than Tessa Blanchard, and Tommy Dreamer also has begged to differ by saying, well, guess what, you're not, and says that he is going to enjoy beating the living crap out of Sami Callihan. And sure enough, we get to the main event here. So Sami Callihan versus Tommy Dreamer in the no disqualification match. So in the match, they use ring bells, trash cans, ladders, uh, a, a, a wooden board, steel chairs, a candlestick, a baseball bat. They were going nuts in this match. And keep in mind, it's no disqualifications. So during the match, when Tommy Dreamer was pinning Sami Callihan, was it Callahan first or was it someone else? I'm sorry. Callahan was someone else. I'm sorry. Alright, folks, I'm back. I apologize for that. Basically, I had someone doing a hangout call for me on the iPod here. I mean, the iPhone. So I apologize for that. Oh, by the way, hold on. Give me one more, folks. Okay. So, continue what I was saying, what pertains to Sami Callihan and Tommy Dreamer. You know, the whole ladder, trash can, ring bell, chairs, a plywood. I mean, not plywood. A wooden board, a candlestick, baseball bat. You know, because there's no disqualification and everything, no rules and everything. So at one point, I believe it was like Tommy Dreamer went for a pitfall on Sami Callihan. Sami Callihan guys his hand on the rope, and the referee says rope break. And then later on, Tommy Dreamer was getting pinned by Sami Callihan, and Tommy Dreamer gets his foot on ropes too, and then the referee goes rope break. I say to myself, but there's no disqualifications. Like, what the fuck? Oh, sorry, folks. One moment. There we go. That's better. I forgot to plug it in. My apologies. And oh yeah, on top of that too, my iPhone, excuse me, my iPhone died too as well. So sorry about that. But yeah, basically I gotta do the together, you know, put two videos together to edit it all on my laptop when I get home. So, but yeah, but that match itself, it was decent. Hardcore matches and all that, you know, in a way, but at the same time, there was rope breaks in this match. Stupid. In the end, Sami Callihan ends up winning with the power driver to Tommy Dreamer to the wooden board. And the chairs couldn't hold it anymore. So there you go. So Sami Callihan wins, which he has to, because he's the number one contender against Brian Cage for the Impact World Championship title, and you know, to get that shot in the future. So after the match, Tommy Dreamer was going to be taken out by Sami Callihan with a steel chair on his, ladder. Because Sami Callihan had a baseball bat, he's going to crush on the arm of Tommy Dreamer with the ladder. You know, basically with the ladder being shut on Tommy Dreamer, and the baseball bat, you know, to shatter his arm. Tessa Blanchard comes out for the save. She gets the baseball bat. Sami Callihan was begging. But also, Jay Christ with the X Division Championship hits her behind her, and then Sami Callihan puts away with the Captain Special, the power driver, and basically OVE, which is Jay Christ and Sami Callihan standing tall to end the show. And there you go. Alright, so folks, I'm trying to remember, let's see here. Okay, Michael Elgin versus Rhino. Falls count anywhere. The Rascals will go up against, which is, actually, not the Rascals. It's Trey, TJP, Taurus, I think that's how I say it, and Golden Magic. I think it's going to be a four-way exhibition match, I'm assuming. And I think it's no more contender for a shot against Jay Chris Exhibition Championship. I'm assuming, that's what I'm guessing. But the problem is they didn't mention it. But did they mention about Ty Valkyrie making her let's see, Ty Valkyrie to have a surprise where it pertains to being in Mexico City, Mexico, where it pertains to facing someone is going to be a surprise and all that. For I'm assuming again, I'm assuming it's gonna be for her Knockouts Championship. And then also with Ken Shamrock, he's gonna respond to Moose. I think he's gonna respond either on Twitter or maybe on Skype or I don't know how they're gonna have this whole thing done, but he's gonna respond to Moose, and that'll be all for next time for Impact Wrestling. So hopefully Michael Elgin and Rhino, their match Falls Count Anywhere, will be the main event, and there'll be no rope breaks. Just saying. But besides that, talking about wrestling for Impact Wrestling, the show from August. What was the date again? August 23rd, 2019. Let me see. Let me just double check it. It says 4 matches. But let me just double check. I could swear there was a impromptu match. Oh yeah, there was. In a way, it wasn't an impromptu match. It was actually a match that was scheduled too. But 5 matches. I meant to say. Excuse me. 5 matches that happened here. Let me just double check. Yep, 5 matches. And no, the Impact Moment of the Week does not count what pertains to Impact Plus. Just saying. But my overall stream for the show, what pertains to Impact Wrestling's special episode, what pertains to Impact Cali Combat, like I said, it didn't feel like a special episode. So that's why I feel like the show just was not special at all. Right? I mean, the show wasn't bad. It just didn't feel special. So I'm gonna go 5.5 out of 10. I thought it was a decent, alright show. So that being said, folks, thank you all for watching. For It's a Natural Born Driller, saying peace on the streets. For this was your Impact Wrestling review. Until next time, represents the Impact Wrestling review. I'm out. Take care.